welcome to the Tucson Tasty Show. I'm your host, Wesley Source. And the Tucson Tasty Show is brought to you by SACA, the Southern Arizona Art and Cultural Alliance, dedicated to creating, preserving, and advancing the arts. And we have a great show lined up for you today. Thank you to our amazing sponsors, your Vera Earl Premium Beef, Your Financial Guy Cody Peck, Network Outdoors, Local First Arizona, Allegra Marketing, Print and Mail, and don't forget to follow, friend, like, share, subscribe, share, and repeat. I don't know what Joshua is doing over in the corner there, our consultant chef, but he is loud today. What's up, man? We do have Sonora of Vera Earl Premium Beef here in studio. And how you doing?
I am doing well. Thank you for having me on today.
Sorry. Seriously, dude.
I know everybody can hear him in the you can hear him, but you can't see him, right? But
he's opening pickle jars.
That's all he's doing. And that makes Sonora excited. So
yes, you do like pickles. You did the pickle salsa.
I did. Yeah.
And yeah.
So we've been talking
Tom
offline.
is asking for the pickled watermelon rinds, by the way.
The watermelon rinds?
Yes, he is.
I want to try that.
Yeah, you gotta get that done for him and bring him
pickled watermelon.
Bring him some pickled watermelon rinds.
Well, I mean, if you look at like a cucumber and a watermelon, I've had some watermelons that weren't sweet and it tastes like a cucumber. So there's a thing where you take a cucumber and dip it in sugar and it's supposed to taste like a watermelon. I haven't done a blind taste test, but hey, it might be one of those things.
Interesting.
Fair enough. So we have a great show lined up for you today. We actually have Snoida's really taking over today because we have Chef
Adam Buckle.
Adam here from the cafe. If you don't know about the cafe, then you have not lived because you need to know about the cafe.
You also just haven't been through Sonoita, obviously, because there's not many options down there. So
it's funny. We're like right next to each other, too.
Yep. Little tidbit, Adam and the cafe were actually Vera Earl's first wholesale customer. And our longest running wholesale customer. Pretty much our first customer.
Oh, my goodness. It's been that long, hasn't it?
It has, yeah.
I just like watching the cows out back.
What you're saying is that you know about all of that amazing Vera Earl Premium Beef.
I do, yes.
And how amazing that flavor is. And it has that true umami flavor that all the other beef from the grocery stores is just missing.
I like that.
No, I like that it's like kind of a mix of being able to have the free range grass fed and then how they finish is just perfect.
Fair enough. All right. So we've got to talk about food truck food fights. It's the Tucson Tasty Show's food truck food fights. Road to Snoop Dogg's Arizona Bowl on November 8th, we will be at Harbottle, and that is the brewery. They have the American Gherkin. And then on the 15th, we're going to be at Black Rock Brewery. We're working on a couple other title sponsors, and hopefully we'll be able to get those rounded out and delivered out shortly. But yeah, it's going to be a great time. If you haven't been hearing about it, you got to go to thetastyshow.com and check it out. We've got a bunch of food trucks lined up. So you come out, you buy dinner, you enjoy live music, and then you also get to check out the brewery, and we have vendors and everything else. It's going to be a whole thing, and that's the point, right?
Right.
Is to make it a fun time. The food trucks have to be judged, and we're going to do a double blind on the judging. And the double blind on the judging is a lot of fun because the food trucks won't know that they're being served something or being judged, so they don't know that they're serving the judges, and the judges won't be able to be bipartisan against one food truck or another. So it's pretty great. We've got some amazing chefs lined up to do the judging. So we're going to start talking about that a little bit more as we get into that next week. And just a lot happening. Go to thetastyshow.com to get more information under events or food trucks and get involved.
You still accepting some trucks in there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I was just at the Oro Valley Foodie and Festival and saw a few trucks like that. And I actually mentioned about it. It's like, hey, have you heard about the food truck food fights?
We'll be up there tomorrow, and
I will
if
be
you want to
too with
plug
the
that
kids.
really quick, sure, because it's with Saka
Yeah.
and Tucson Foodie. And Saka, they were actually in here last week, but last week they were here to check out everything that we're doing and then talk about the event up there, the Oriole Valley Marketplace. That's at Tangerine and Oracle, and that one's really cool. They got 20 food trucks. They've got a beer garden. They've got all kinds of stuff out there. It's pretty cool. Little pop up. And we'll be out there for tomorrow, probably at like 1, maybe. So if you want to check us out, that's what we're gonna be.
That's exciting. I'm digging all the fall events, even though it's like 90 degrees out.
Well, there's a
Right.
coffee espresso. They have a maple espresso drink,
Well, that sounds
and now
good.
there's also other one like pumpkin chai and all these other flavors. So
It's very
good
fall.
thing to check out.
Chai.
Very fall, even though it's still summer. But, you know,
it's hot in Tucson always.
it is. It is.
Fall is in December.
Yeah. Winter's in February. You're right. I
Yeah,
agree with
you are
that.
right.
The 2 weeks of fall.
All right, so why don't we introduce Chef Adam? Chef Adam, how long have you been a chef? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I actually started my restaurant when I was 22, 23. How old am I? 37 now? It's been forever. So it's going on almost 15 years now. Thank you. And I actually really got interested in food when I was about 16 years old. I remember a little bit before that, my mom asked us to start making dinner for the family and stuff like that. And baking's been big in my family for a very long time. And so
You said bacon.
baking.
Oh, baking.
Bacon too. It was like my dad
Bacon.
can smoke a mean pork belly, and it's just, I guess, in my blood. What's really interesting is that I cannot bake to save my life.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason, the patience I have for it is just non-existent. But if you give me a saute pan, I can make sauces that'll knock your socks off.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We've got the consultant chef over in the corner.
Well, the same thing with bacon is like you usually use exact measurements, exact temperature, exact times. Whereas like when you're cooking, if you make a mistake on something, you can add something later on or change a sauce. It's really easy. So yeah, I'm the same way. It's like I don't like bacon much, except for 2:00 in the morning I make some brownies.
It's 2:00 in the morning. Why would you make brownies at 2:00 in
That's
the
the
morning?
best time.
Because, I mean, like, obviously
That's
you
the
eat
best time to
brownies
make
at 2
brownies.
o'clock in the morning.
Of course.
It's either brownies or ramen. But yeah, oddly enough, Sonora used to work for me. I think you were like one of my first servers.
Yeah, I
like,
did, actually.
Billion years ago.
It's been a long time.
We started off really small. All I did originally was I think I had just a specials board because I had no idea what I was doing. I was basically fresh out of culinary school and just trying to figure out how this entire world works, even though I was in it since I was 15, 16.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest thing was listening to the locals and everything that they really enjoyed, and just started to build a menu off that, and it kind of snowballed from there. But yeah, what I really enjoyed doing was I started getting into wine tasting a lot because Sonoyta is like such a huge wine area. It was a Gordon that started basically the entire region at Sonoyta Vineyards. And after being able to kind of figure out where everybody was coming from and all the different styles that people were bringing to the table, I started experimenting more and more with like, how can we make this wine taste so much better? How can I make the food taste so much better? And all that came from a little project my mom and I started when I was 19. It was just something I did when I was in college. I'd come back home and the two of us would go to World Market and pick like a French or Italian or whatever section, and we'd drink wine and talk about just how it would taste with like different things. And
Sure.
so that really kind of like was like a nice connection for the two of us to have, given our background.
You know, speaking of wine, Chef Joshua just handed a pickle and soda to Sonora. Why don't you? And I apologize about cutting in, but
no worries.
we got about 40 seconds here, but before we have to go to the first break.
This is going to take pairing to a whole new level.
Yeah, what are we doing here?
The pickle pen?
So Sonora likes some pickles, and she likes Dr. Pepper. And I saw this on TikTok like months ago. So we've been talking about it offline. So I finally was able to bring it up when she's actually here. So I snuck it in today.
Am I supposed to eat the pickle and then drink the Dr. Pepper, or just drink the Dr. Pepper? Like,
Well, there is some pickle juice in there anyways. So it's already kind of mixed.
If you're doing a traditional tasting, you do sip, taste, sip.
this is just weird. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can get behind this. I love pickles and I love Dr. Pepper, but I'm not so sure about this one.
Salute.
Salute, guys.
That is the oddest thing I've ever tried.
It needs whiskey.
Oh, that's a crunchy pickle, though. And for everybody that's listening on the radio, you got to go to YouTube and check out the faces that are being made right now in
So
studio.
sorry I had to do that.
We do not endorse Mr. Olive Pickles, but we are definitely representing him strong today. All right. But we'll be right back after the break with Sonora and Adam and Joshua. Special thank you to all of our sponsors. That's Saka, Vero Premium Beef, Your Financial Guy, Cody Peck, Network Outdoors, Local First Arizona, Allegra Marketing, Print and Mail, and as always, stay tasty, Tucson. Welcome back to the Tucson Tasty Show. I'm your host, Wesley Source. We're here enjoying some amazing soda and pickle compliments
Pairings.
of
We are doing
pairings. Yes, with
today.
compliments of Chef Joshua. It's not entirely terrible, but I would compare it to some pickle beers that I've tried recently. They're not all good. Sorry, everybody.
It's an experience.
Yeah, it is. Sometimes it's quite an experience. But thank you to all of our amazing sponsors. Again, that's Saka, Vero Premium Beef, Your Financial Guy, Cody Peck, Network Outdoors, Local First Arizona, Allegra Marketing, Print and Mail, and don't forget to like, subscribe, friend, follow, and repeat. Share and repeat. There we go. If you want to be a part of the conversation, dial 520-790-2040, and you'll be able to ask us any question related to food. And so why don't we jump back in with Chef Adam, and Sonora knows more about this than anybody else, I guess, since you've worked with him for such a long time, right? So I'm so glad that you're here today.
Yeah, I know. It was a fun surprise when I heard that he was going to be on the show.
Yeah, I called you yesterday, and I was like, what are we doing?
So so we talked a little bit about your inspiration. What is your goal with the cafe?
So right now, I actually had 2 twin boys back in 2022, and I decided to take a step back from doing the constant every day where it's just like you're working, 100 hour a week.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I decided to go more into caterings and private events. And lately, I've only been open for Friday and Saturday nights, focusing on just making sure that I can bring the best experiences I can to people. And what's actually kind of strange after having kids and being the stay-at-home dad for as long as I have is it puts a lot of stuff in perspective. And I think that it's actually made me a better chef, being able to slow down and actually pay more attention to the flavors that I really want to bring out and focus on. It's actually kind of mind-blowing in the weirdest way. I never thought, oh, thank you. Sorry.
Okay.
I never thought that I'd get to a place where I would like stop in the culinary world. And it was kind of strange to really be, how do I put this? I guess in a place where I can actually reflect. Everything's always been go, 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 go in my life. And now it's, you have 2 twins and it's go, 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 go. Oh, there's food now.
Right.
You'd be in the moment with the kids and the food. And
Well, what's
enjoy
really
them.
cool is my son Theodore has a huge love of cooking already, and he made his first dish, oddly enough, the other day. He got all the ingredients out, and he was really curious. And it may not seem like much, but he wound up making a 3-berry sauce, I guess. It'd be more like a syrup.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like taken back, because when I originally was helping him for the first time, he wanted to try it. Before he chose what ingredients he wanted to play with, I was like, oh, we should make this into a oatmeal, because, this is a good breakfast item. We can have this with waffles. It'll be nice. And the second time, literally the next day, he's like, I want this, 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 this. And he's just pointing to stuff because he's like starting to talk. And he got the pans out, he got his spatulas out, and he pointed to the ingredients he needed. It was fascinating to watch. And it really puts in perspective what I do, which is so intrinsic in me that I don't actually think about it anymore. And so it's really, really cool to see that I can have this influence on, like, I guess the next generation of these little cooks. It's pretty neat.
Right? Yeah, being parent is something else. Wait until they get older and start talking back to you.
Oh, they already do. It's
that's
fine.
the true moment of joy is when they tell you no.
Trust me, I get no kicked in the face and pinched a lot.
Fair enough.
Times 2.
Yeah, Lucas is a little bit more like aggressive, not in like a bad way. He's just very good at getting his way.
Interesting. It's a twins, so we know who the evil twin is?
Both of them.
Oh, both of them. Got it. How old are they again?
They are going to be 2.5 in December.
They're not evil at all. They're just 2-year-olds.
They're just cute.
Yeah.
Right?
Terrible
Cute.
twos.
Right,
Yeah, I don't
that's
understand
it.
like when people say like terrible twos. I think it's terrific twos. Just watching them like
The
just
tyrannical
discover
threes are
stuff's
even
cool.
better.
I thought it was 3-nager now.
Three-nager. Oh,
yeah,
God.
yeah. That's the new term is 3-nager.
Here we go. So what kind of ingredients and collaborations do you have other than Vera Earl? Obviously, Vera Earl's a strong one because they're right next door, so you can literally walk next door to get supplies,
I
right?
literally do.
Yeah.
But that's awesome.
Yeah, I actually get a lot of my stuff from Shamrock because they work with a lot of local produce and stuff like that. And then as far as the drinks at the cafe, as I try to go as much Arizona as humanly possible, I'll go down the street to whatever winery that I'm feeling at the time. So I'll go work with Hasselweins, Rune, Deep Sky, Lightning Ridge, like name them. I like just wandering over to see what all the new products are after Crush.
So since you're down in Sonora, you try any of the stuff from the meeting room? Throw some of that stuff in your...
I actually haven't had a chance to go there since they opened. When they first started, it was really cool, and I loved a lot of their meads, but I haven't had any chance to actually go over there, which is rough because I really, really want to. And my wife enjoys a little bit more of the sweet sour drinks.
Sure.
So,
Well, they're not necessarily sweet because, I mean, I guess they are.
Well, some of them
it'd be like
it's kinda
dry,
wild,
dry fruity,
there
same
are some
style,
that,
yeah.
There are some that are dry, is a little bit more alcoholic, but there are some more of the sweeter ones. And then they also do some of like the sparkling to make it more of like a champagne, but it's based on the honey wines.
The lineup that they had when they brought in, or when
Oh,
they brought
man.
stuff in,
that
is just
mesquite
crazy.
one that they had, the smoked one that they had. Oh.
Oh, they still make that? That's awesome.
Well, they
yeah.
sometimes seasonal too. You know, 'cause
Yeah.
sometimes it depends on what time of the season you are. So it's like they always have a different list and stuff. So you never know what you're going to get sometimes.
That's awesome.
I was going to make a
Lots of
reference.
black chocolate.
I'm pulling it back. So the meeting room is pretty great, but I mean, there's so many different wineries out there, though. I mean,
They're up to like 20
Dos-
something now.
I was going to say Two Heads, Dos Cabeces.
You're not
Same
wrong.
thing.
Just,
I mean,
just
yeah.
different language.
Just translating automatically. But no, Dos Cabeces is a lot of fun to go in and some of the wines that they have. And he made a champagne style. It's not champagne because you can't. We're not in Champagne, obviously, but it's a champagne style that's actually. I'm not usually a white person or white. I usually go for a red. I don't usually go for sweet. I usually go for dry, and this one kind of hits right in the middle of everything. So it's.
Is
really,
that their rosé or is it the?
I can't think of the name of it.
Because I know that
I
they
always
have a
miss the name of that
sparkling-
one.
They have a sparkling rosé that's really good. You'll see that in the can.
It
from time
comes.
to time,
Yes,
too.
I
It
love
comes
their
in
canned
the bigger bottle.
And we were just there too.
Anyways, but
Yeah, I was like, there's so much
regardless,
stuff.
I mean that was really good.
You didn't know that there was gonna be a test.
I am disappointed that Laramida Cellars isn't out there because I think that they would do actually really well with the tasting room out in Sonoyta, in the Sonoyta area. They have their vineyard out in Wilcox. I don't think they have a tasting room actually at all right now, but they're
one was
really
that?
amazing. Laramida Cellars. And maybe that's an opportunity to bring in something that's very local. In fact, it's the Chiricahua Ranch. No, Chiricahua Vineyard, Chiricahua Vineyards, and they actually supply the grapes to a lot of the wineries in Sonoyta.
That's cool.
Partnership wise,
Have you had a chance to had any of the Zapara wines out in Wilcox?
Not yet.
There's
No, wait.
a small little winery that's been out there for I think about 7 or 8 years now.
Yeah, no,
They're
we've
really
been
good.
there.
Yeah.
We were there a couple of years ago. I had a friend that was had a pistachio farm out there, and he was selling it, and it was the last month that he was going to be there. So he was like, "Hey, everybody, come out and have burgers."
What was he like right next to Sam?
Maybe, but he it was really good. It was really those pistachios were the best pistachios on as far as I'm concerned that I've ever had. They were called Wicked Nuts.
Oh,
and,
yeah, I knew that brand. I've heard
Yeah.
of them before.
and they're gone now.
Oh,
But
That's a bummer.
but then he took us around to all the wineries, and then we came back and had burgers and hot dogs and stuff. It was a lot of fun, and pistachios obviously on everything. But
toasted pistachio burger doesn't sound too bad.
I was
Or
just
making
thinking about that
pistachio
too. I was like,
butter?
oh,
Thinking of burgers, so this is something that, and like Adam, I know you've changed your game a little bit, but
I still like making the egg
But
bagel
he
from time
does.
to
So
time,
it
yeah.
used to be like, obviously, I mean, he uses our ground beef for the burgers now, so that's cool. But even before then, like a big thing with the cafe was Adam had amazing burgers, and he still does. But he always had a specialty burger that he called the Ape Burger.
Because I'm arrogant.
And this is where I'm thinking of this whole pistachio thing. I mean, anything you could put on a burger. It's kind of like maybe like Thunder Bacon-esque.
It kind of has like that omakase in a style. That's originally where I kind of came up with it.
But
smash burger ish.
Well,
But not-
omakase in Japanese was like chef's choice.
like, yeah, so not smash burger, but anything you could put on a burger, he's put on a burger. Like,
Oh.
I had a pasta burger one time, and he
Oh
literally
yeah, that was
put
good.
spaghetti.
Have you ever put pig blood on a burger? Because
don't.
Thunder Bacon Burger did that.
What?
If you reduce it down to,
Hollandaise. He did a pig blood hollandaise.
I don't know so much about the hollandaise, but I can see you reducing it down and then adding it with a little bit of berry, so you have kind of an iron berry flavor. That'd be good.
we
Do
also
that
had
with
like the
like
eggs
a-
Benedict. So it was
Yeah.
like
I'm
the
good.
piglet on it.
I'll
He
do that
served
with
it
my
with
pills,
air.
Dr.
That'd be killer.
Pepper, man.
He served it with a little skull, so it was like a little, had the whole thing. It was like, look, really cool blood.
So we have about
Just
30
pouring out of
seconds
the
before we
eyes,
go out for
terrified.
the bottom of the hour here. So I'm Wesley Source, your host of the Tucson Tasty Show. We'll be right back with more, and we're going to do Tasty Bites, which is really exciting. Thank you to our sponsors. That's Saka, Vera Earl Premium Beef. That's VEPremiumBeef.com. Your Financial Guy, Cody Peck, Network Outdoors, Local First Arizona, Allegra, Marketing, Print and Mail. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we are officially live on Instagram. Welcome back to the Tucson Tasty Show. I'm your host, Wesley Source, and we're here live in studio and having a blast. I mean, it's been a great show. We've got Pickles from Chef Joshua. We've got Sonora from Barrel Premium Beef. We've got producer Tina dancing in the corner. I don't know what she's doing, but you gotta go to YouTube at the Tasty Show 520. Don't forget to subscribe and check us out. We are live on Instagram as well, so and Facebook. So we're everywhere. But we've got Chef Adam. He is plating some tasty looking ribs, and he's going to tell us all about it as soon as he gets done. No rush. But thank you to our amazing sponsors. That's Viral Premium Beef, Your Financial Guy, Cody Peck, Network Outdoors, Local First Arizona, Allegra, Marketing, Print and Mail, and Saka. And don't forget to like and subscribe and share. So, again, if you are curious about what's going on with the
You got one.
food truck food fights, all you have to do is go to thetastyshow.com and check it out, and it's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. Come out and join us. It's free to attend. We're going to have a ton of food trucks, vendors, live music. Zenora just opened for ZZ Top last night, and they did an incredible job. Just an incredible job. And they're going to be there for the 22nd and the 6th. 6th of December, 22nd of November.
They are phenomenally talented. If you guys have not seen them, you will not regret it.
Yes. And I also would like to welcome to our team Yvonne. Yes, I said that right. It's been one of those days. Yvonne, and she is joining us to help get the word out about what we do and why we do it. And welcome to the team. And so, Chef, tell us about what you got.
So my dad and I have had this competition for about, say, 20 years to see who can make the best ribs. It's me, just to make sure that he knows that.
Sorry, Dad.
No, I can 100% guarantee that he will refute that as soon as that he hears this. And then probably come back with something. He's like, hey, I smoked this. It's going to be fantastic. I did it with these green curry. He's right. But
oh boy,
this time around, I decided to make barbecue sauce for y'all as well. And this is from scratch barbecue sauce. It's just kind of, I decided to go with a little bit more of a playful citrus note with it. And
we're going in for the look.
Sorry, I didn't make it pretty.
Yeah, the ribs are falling off the bone, so that's a good sign.
I thought it'd be kind of fun to explain how my brain works with the flavor profiles that I do and why I like pairing stuff with just beers and wine. So what's going to be interesting is, if you guys want to follow along, is we can do the normal rib first, the one without the barbecue sauce. And how I've taught people in the past is you sip a little bit of beer or wine, and then you eat a little bit of whatever food that you have.
Do we try the food first?
So sip whatever beer or wine you have.
Palate cleanser.
So that way what it's doing is it's setting up a palate. And with this, as I was saying a little bit earlier, is that you're going to get a little bit more citrus and pineapple. I guess more kind of Hawaiian flavors in this IPA. What is it? Motherbird from Flagstaff.
That's Tower Station IPA.
It's a very good beer.
St. Louis style ribs.
Baby back.
Baby back. Okay.
And so how I do these is I steam them in a convection oven for a long period of time. I do normally steam them in a little bit of beer, using a mixture of my style of herbs. It's actually kind of interesting. And so after you sip the beer, you're setting up your palate to make it so specific flavors in the pork are going to come out, and then you sip the beer again. It's going to change the flavor of the beer and the pork after you go in for the second bite.
I almost get a pineapple on that at the IPA. That is,
it comes out more, right?
Yeah, that's
what I was going for.
All right, there
Isn't
it is.
Isn't that crazy?
Well, this is the first IPA that I'm going to say is halfway decent.
All right.
I am not an IPA man.
All right, so you're going to have a little bit of fun with this one. Now do the exact same thing with a piece that has barbecue sauce on it, and it's going to make it so it should have a little bit more of a citrus note coming out, probably closer to a tangerine or mango. Yes, I know, mango's not a citrus.
And this is what everybody in Sonoyta does all day long, right? Is pairings and sipping and tasting. And
I've got two kids. This is what I do all day long.
You should just come
wait
hang
until
out
they
at the
become
cafe, and then we can come
So
next
good.
door, and
Yes, yes, and yes.
Yeah, it's actually kind of funny. Even when I'm not open for lunch anymore, I still have people come and they're like, "Are you open?" I was like, "Yeah, come on in." I was like, "I'm just doing prep, but if you want to try, I'll make you some hamburgers or a sandwich."
You here's a little history I used to drive down to Sierra Vista all the time for work. And everybody in Sierra Vista would talk about your sandwiches and how I would need to stop on my way back to get a sandwich. And I finally did once, and it was a good sandwich. So thank you.
Thank you.
That's the end of the story. That's it.
It's kind of funny. When I was younger and a lot more ambitious with my career, we did the Tucson Iron Chef, and I do all of these charities like March of Dimes, or lately I did the Southern Arizona food bank.
Mm-hmm.
And right now my wife just moved to Ronald McDonald House, and so I helped make them some whiskey for their house party a couple of weeks ago. That
That's
was
right.
really fun.
That's right. I met your wife.
Yeah.
You
Were you
did?
at the house party at all or no?
I had 4 events that night.
Oh yeah.
You did like, was it bacon infused whiskey?
That was the
Something?
bacon infused whiskey. I had never heard of it before, and I was like, oh, all right, I'll give it a shot. And I tasted it, and I was like,
Bacon
wow.
infused whiskey or whiskey infused bacon?
Both. So what wound up happening is that I wound up saving all of the extra bacon fat after it was infused in the whiskey. So you strain it out with a coffee filter or cheesecloth, and we gave it to. Oh man, I can't remember who we gave it to, but they used it in order to make frosting, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
or like cupcakes. And so it, when she had it, she's like, "Did you take all the whiskey out of this?" I was like, "Probably not."
It'll just be more fun.
Also works with butter.
Oh yeah.
Brought
Yep.
some in a while back. That was really good. Use that to make like a butter cream, or just add the butter into like your spice cake.
Oh yeah. I could not believe how long it actually took me to do. I think it was like a 3 or 4 day project.
Yep.
But it came out very, very well. The fat kind of coated the tongue, so you wouldn't get as much of that heat and bite from the whiskey. And then the oak was a little bit more forward. It was really nice.
Just shake up your jar. Because when I did the butter,
I
I was
did,
like, every
it-
now and then, every 6 hours or so, I remember turn it upside down, just flip it over.
I actually did it with a hand blender. So that's how I infused it.
Oh, nice. Even more.
That's tasty. I love the Ronald McDonald House mission. I mean, it's incredible. They came in and they talked to us, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we actually, when the boys were born, my partner had to have a C-section, and when my son Theodore was in the NICU, I think he was in there for 10 days, I would go down, and when I could, I would wheel my wife down or have a nurse come and help us. And the Ronald McDonald House was like right next to the NICU, and whenever I needed a break from constantly having to run back and forth between like the 2 stores at the hospital, it was really nice to be able to go in there and just have like a Capri Sun
Right.
in like 5 minutes to
Absolutely.
reset.
Yeah, we did the same thing with my oldest daughter was in the NICU for 5 days, and if it wasn't for the Ronald McDonald House, we wouldn't have slept for 5 days because there was no way we were going to leave
Yeah.
our
so
newborn
itty
child
bitty.
at the hospital unattended to go home and sleep. It didn't feel right. So. But they wouldn't let us. Anyways, that's a whole nother thing. They did an amazing job. They took care of everything. It wasn't serious, but it was definitely. She just needed to be monitored. So, they did an amazing job. So, tell us a little bit more about. Actually, you know what? Let's ask this question. What is one thing that you absolutely have to have in the kitchen?
A knife.
Okay.
He's not wrong.
No, he's not. Fair enough. It just the way he said it, though, it was like a knife. There's not
Didn't even have to think. There it is.
So that's 4 chefs for knives.
Now, in all honesty, one of my favorite kind of cheats is always having either Cajun or Creole seasoning and garlic
Okay.
salt.
All right.
Old Bay.
I love
Old Bay. So
Or
why?
I can't remember the name of the company, but it has like the little chef on it. He's like the Louisiana brand, or Slap Your Mama.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about because
I
I use it
love
too and I
Slap Your
forget.
I can't even think. I don't know.
I can't even think of it either.
Because I use it, and it's
my
a green
husband,
green
we have to
container.
have-
It's
yes, the
Creole
green
seasoning.
can.
Yeah.
It's just Creole seasoning.
I think it
yeah.
actually just
Tony
might be
something.
Creole.
Yes.
Isn't it Tony something?
Yes.
Yes, I
Yes.
think Tony's Creole
Yes,
seasoning.
that's exactly
yeah.
what it is.
I was like, my dad used to use it all the time cooking growing up, and it just stuck with me. It's just a good mix.
Well, we'll be right back for our last segment right after this break. Thank you to our amazing sponsors. That's Vera Oral Premium Beef, Your Financial Guy, Cody Peck, Network Outdoors, Local First Arizona, Allegra, Marketing, Print and Mail, and of course, Saka. And as always, stay tasty, Tucson.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Tucson Tasty Show. I'm Wesley Source, your host, and we're having a party here in the studio. That's why we're so rambunctious. Thank you. But we're chatting with Chef Adam Puckle. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Okay. From the cafe down in Sonoyta, we have Sonora from Sonoyta. That's the Vera Oral Premium Beef, and that's vepremiumbeef.com.
It is.
Yes, and then we have Chef Joshua over in the corner. We're going to talk about VE Premium Beef for just a minute. You guys have an amazing subscription box, don't you? Okay, so I waited
You can't
until
ask me questions while I'm eating.
I waited until you put a big mouthful of ribs in there. Pickle. It's a
Yeah,
pickle.
it was
Okay,
actually a
whatever.
pickle. I was gonna do like the pickle rib combo, so I could try it. But
So tell us about this amazing Vera Oral Premium Beef Tasty Show box that you have available for only $99.
we do. So it is $99 a month. It's a subscription. So once you apply, you'll get it monthly. And the box features our base is 5 pounds of ground beef, so that you're never without ground. And then every month it features a surprise steak cut, a surprise griller item, so hot dogs, bougie burgers. We actually just launched our brisket burgers. Those were the surprise griller from the first month. They're amazing if you haven't tried them. Griddle only. Do not put them on an open flame.
That just melts into the flame.
But you just want something to catch on fire.
That
It's
or
fine.
your flames will be about 3 feet high.
Have you ever cooked a lamb burger?
Yeah,
Actually, I have not.
I'm not too worried about the brisket burger.
No. All right. Well,
Lamb
and-
is far
Is it?
worse.
Oh,
It's so good, though.
Oh yeah, no, I love
It's
it.
a beef household, sir.
Okay,
All right. Anyways,
we
and then
rotate.
And then the last thing is you'll get a surprise snack item. So you'll snack sticks, jerky. We actually just launched our steak strips this week. I know I am slacking. I did not bring them.
Steak
So-
strips. What are steak strips?
So steak strips are going to be, it's kind of like a cross almost between like a snack stick and a jerky. It's a ground formed jerky, but it's made with ribeyes, New Yorks, and fillets. And that is it. So they're absolutely delicious.
So we're
it's-
following you home because you have it at home, and we're just going to
Yes,
go over to your house
apparently
and have
I'm
some.
going to be bringing them to you guys.
No, it's your house.
You just, okay. Well, I hate
I
to
don't want to cook
disappoint.
tonight.
Anyways, so those are a brand new snack item. We just got those in. So I've got original and sweet heat. So
Sweet.
Yeah, I think one of my friends was saying that they tried them. You guys, did you release them this week or last week?
we just got them this week. Yeah.
Okay, so it was the beef jerky, basically. They were saying it was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, the jerky's cowboy style. We actually just got one new flavor of that too, which is hot and spicy. So that's been our #1 request. Down here makes a lot of sense. So,
Have you ever heard the story about the hot Cheetos?
yes.
Oh, how it got started,
I
where
am
the
like
guy
a
just
hot Cheeto
Did it?
aficionado,
Took
man.
over the entire
he
facility.
became vice president, if I remember correctly, after
Yep.
everything's said and done.
Yeah, yep. Go to Netflix. Sorry.
Josh is over
Side
here
note,
like
squirrel.
just judging me.
I don't like hot Cheetos.
Oh my god. Like that is the holy trinity right there. Pickles,
literally
Dr.
just-
Pepper,
it's
and
a low-
Cheetos,
it's a low
man.
I
taste
like
seasoning
the
and
the
cheese.
cheddar jalapeno one, the Cheetos.
Oh, yeah,
but
that's one of my
anything's
favorites.
like it's the red, and it's like everybody puts it on everything nowadays. And it's like it's kind of a cheat thing. It's like, oh, what can I put on this burger or pizza or anything? Let me just crunch up some hot Cheetos.
I get that. I get it. But Hot Cheetos has its place in the crunchy chip Hall of Fame. Flame?
Oh, flame.
That was
I got it.
good.
Yeah, Hall of
That was
Flame.
good.
It actually, it's kind of like, it's unique, like the story about the Doritos. Do you know how Doritos got started?
Yeah, at
Yeah, Disney. I like this guy. He knows the random
I
weird
did
flag
not know
facts that
that
I know.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Disneyland actually they had tortillas, corn tortillas that they were just throwing away every night because they had this Mexican style cafe, and I think he was a janitor or something like
Yeah,
that.
it was a janitor who fried them.
Yeah.
because they were.
He was like-
all the extra tortillas. Yeah.
So what's
So he cut them up and put them in the fryer, and then served them the next day with the seasoning on top, and that's what started Doritos.
So what you're telling me is that maintenance men and janitors know what they're doing when it comes to seasoned chips, correct?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Like,
I've tried to
wouldn't
create the
relax
perfect
I
chip
would-
for
I don't-
years.
I don't
and
know.
I don't have that experience.
Everybody's going to be running to their maintenance people and janitors.
What ideas do you have?
And they're
What
gonna
I
have
do-
like some of the best food too.
Well, everybody can cook. That's a key fundamental thing. Whether they cook well or not, is another thing.
Yeah,
But
they have the capability of cooking. That's
everybody
true.
has the capability of cooking, and we get some of the weirdest things from the weirdest places, right? So it's just being open and willing to accept that more than
Well, what was
anything
the
else.
weirder, crazy thing that came out a couple years ago? The pink ranch that wound up
Oh,
giving
man.
so many people food poisoning.
Yeah.
I don't.
Have
I don't
no-
Maybe,
I
maybe
remember
not
that, but I've
everybody
never
should be
tried it.
experimenting with this.
Yeah.
I don't like ranch, so maybe that saved me.
Oh yeah, it was like on TikTok or Instagram or whatever,
Yeah.
and oh my goodness, like just watching this, I was like, nobody should put anything pink in their body like that.
Goodness.
Looked like Pepto Bismol, but they're like, it's ranch.
Some of those
Like,
bad
what are
ideas
you
on
doing?
TikTok.
that
Medium rare
sounds
chicken.
questionable.
Yeah,
Yeah, that just
oh
sounds
my goodness.
questionable.
I think it was the same person.
Probably.
There was the medium rare
medium rare
chicken person.
chicken?
Yeah,
Just trying to see if somebody would try to get sick. Like, here. have some
Salmonella poisoning.
Yeah.
is-
really
no.
pushing the envelope in the culinary world.
Yeah, yeah, medium rare chicken. No, please cook your chicken to 165 in the center. But the I forgot where I was even going.
It's a party.
The only ranch that I ever really enjoyed was the original E.G.'s Ranch.
Oh yeah,
But it was a sour cream based, and it was amazing.
You know what's really funny?
It was really good. Now they've changed it, and they've changed it, and they changed it, and now they bottle it, but it's not even remotely close to the same thing.
You know what's insane? I think that you might remember this, Snora, is I used to make this ranch called Scranch, which was sour cream ranch, and I'd make it from scratch. And I kind of upset Sonoida for probably about a year because I'd only randomly make it because I thought it was just like, oh, I'm out of ranch, I need to make something. And I threw this stuff together, and people would always request it, and I just never marketed it. And so I either made a lot of people very happy or a lot of people very angry with me.
I think that was like part of your like MO though. Like you just did stuff when you felt like it or when you had it, and that's what made it special. Is you never knew if you were going to be able to get the same thing or not. So you kind of had to keep coming back to try different things. Like
I feel like this is the bear. We have to have a different menu every night.
Oh,
Chaos-
man.
chaos menu.
That show just gives me insane PTSD. It's too close to
Like,
it.
I feel
That's
like-
what I
Too
hear
close
I
from
was
the
gonna say,
chefs
I feel
community.
like that is like at least the third time I've heard that on this show.
Yes.
So my life is basically a mix of the Bear and Bob's Burgers.
Fair enough. I've never seen Bob's Burgers, but
You should check it out. The show's amazing.
Okay.
That's hip hop.
So Sonora, she just took a big bite for everybody out in Radio Land. Chef Joshua, what do you have going on in the world?
Well, going back up to the Ore Valley Foodie and Arts Festival tomorrow.
Cool. What
So-
time is it open?
I believe it's 11 o'clock or could be 10. I'm going to be there at 12.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know the exact time, but I'm going to be there around noon. So
Perfect.
I know we'll be open at noon.
All right. Well, I will see you up there. Look for the hat.
Always.
That's a.
And the shirt.
I went to a concert last night and I didn't wear a hat because we were at the ZZ Top thing. Nobody recognized me. I walked up to people and like, "What do you want?" And I'm like, "Hey, it's Wesley."
Who's
and
this
they
guy?
go, "Oh, it's you!" And I was like, "Yes." Branding achieved.
Incognito.
Yes. Well, it's good to know. I've got to try it out every once in a while to see if I can get into restaurants without people going, "It's the Tucson Tasty Show guy."
Let me make it the best plate for him.
Right.
Not like everybody else's plate. Yep.
Well, and yeah.
Well, they should
Exactly.
make it the best
I do
plate
it the
for
same way.
everybody.
It's like I don't tell
Exactly.
people. I don't tell people when I come in to review the food or take photos of it. It's like whatever you served me, I'm taking a picture of. So if it's you messed it up, hey, that's what you got.
I remember when I was younger, one of the chefs that I went to culinary school with always said, imagine that it doesn't matter who is coming through that door, just imagine that they're a Michelin star raider.
Mm.
So I always try to do the best foot forward. And yeah, it's not gonna always be possible, but having that mentality helps a little bit and takes away the stress after you get used to it.
That's actually that brings up another movie that I really like and enjoy, Burnt. And the first time that they think that the Michelin star people are in, and they lose their bananas, and then it completely screwed up, and the guy was trying to screw him over, and it was just some
Random
guys
fork
that
on the
were
floor.
trying to make sure that their food was the
That
best.
was Bradley Cooper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. I like that one.
What was the horror movie with cooking? That was I really
Menu?
enjoyed that one.
Oh,
Yeah, The Menu.
The
Ah, I
Yeah,
love
that's
that movie.
fine.
That was with Voldemort.
Explains why the food looks so good.
I'm trying to think of one other cooking movie that I
magic.
like. And
We have a
it's
thing in our house that
Aaron.
it's Ralph
Ralph Fiennes.
Fiennes and
Is the guy that played
Neeson.
Voldemort?
No, Neeson,
Oh,
Liam Nielsen. Yeah, I always
Liam
swatch them
Neeson
back and
is
forth. But I swap them back and forth all the
now
time.
I'm gonna have to go look this up.
They look like there could be twins, but
Just
That's
imagining
it.
a taken version of Harry Potter.
thank you so much for joining us on today on the Tucson Tasty Show. Thank you to our special guest and sponsor, Sonora Vera Oral Premium Beef, Adam of the Cafe, Chef Joshua, Vera Oral Premium Beef, Your Financial Guide, Cody Peck, Network Outdoors, Local First Arizona, Allegra Marketing Print and Mail. Thank you for tuning into the Tucson Tasty Show. Remember to savor every delicious bite and keep those taste buds excited. We'll see you soon. Signing off. For now, stay tasty, Tucson.